Alright, alright, we are back. Sorry about that for a few hours. I will say there was not a whole ton that went on, but we do have a lot going on right now. We'll start out with tornado warnings. Over here, we've got one tornado warning down in Bridgeport that has been warned for tennis ball sized hail as well. This one has a classic hook echo on it. Very classic indeed. The velocities are pretty broad on this, I'd say, but it's still there, so it's something to be at least concerned about. And it doesn't look like there's anything on the ground unless if that is actually something. I'm not sure yet. But we have one tornado warning there. Then we have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for portions of Lyndon Johnson National Grassland. This is for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and ping pong ball sized hail, so be aware of that incoming thunderstorm. And there's a chance that you get some hook around here and a potential tornado that goes to the south and east, but other than that, you're not looking at much. Crossing over here, there's a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. Here we go. This severe thunderstorm warning is warned for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and $half sized hail. This one has the potential to be tornadic. It has just failed to do so multiple times. Another severe thunderstorm warning over here. This one is for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. $half sized hail. A bunch of flash flood warnings as well, because of the heavy rain, obviously. And these lines of thunderstorms just not really going fast at all. Another severe thunderstorm warning down in portions of Hot Springs. This is back in portions of Arkansas for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and lime-sized hail. This one also has the potential for it to be tornadic, but again, it has to. It's not really doing much. Another severe thunderstorm warning near portions of Waldron. This is also back in portions of I think this is close to the Oklahoma border, with quarter-sized hail as well. This one looks to me classic bow echoing segment. Moving on to these storms over near Shawnee, there's this one with 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. It looks to me like this one is dying out to me. There's not a whole ton of hail with it. I mean, there's potential for a quarter-sized hail, but that's about it. Severe thunderstorm warnings over here as well. These ones have been downgraded. Severe thunderstorm watch has been half cut, and I expect that to pretty much happen again here in the next few minutes. A bunch of just clusters of thunderstorms. Nothing is really severe at this point. I mean, you just got a bunch of lightning in there. Then this one severe thunderstorm is warned for ping pong 60-mile-per-hour gusts and ping pong ball sized hail. Again, nothing really crazy with this storm either. I'm gonna say this moderate risk of severe weather was definitely a bust. We did not see much of anything, and we're still in the moderate risk of severe weather right now. Things are about to take a turn into portions of, well, we already have really. This is the secondary line, I believe, actually. We have clusters of thunderstorms over here. The only tornado warned storm is down in portions of Bridgeport. This is in Texas, and this has tennis ball sized hail, and they're still watching this. As you can see, classic hook echo right here. There's not much rotation with this. Oh, wait a minute. We just got stronger rotation near Runaway Bay. I want to make sure this is actually within the storm before I ever see. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this may be tornadic at this point. That looks like a pretty strong couplet right here near Runaway Bay. If you're near this, if you're in this warning seek shelter immediately, whether it's the part of your home or building, obviously, this is gonna be near Runaway Bay, Texas, and it doesn't look like we have anything on the ground, so it would be right there if there was anything. But nothing much more than that. One lone severe thunderstorm warning up here in portions of Commerce. I've already covered this one, I believe. Yeah, I have. But this has been quite a bust of a tornado outbreak plus a severe weather outbreak. There has been a lot of 60-mile-per-hour gust storms, lime-sized hail with this storm as well. I mean, there's still potential for this to become tornadic, but we're basically at that endpoint where the tornado parameters are getting lower. So we've avoided major severe weather outbreak, a major severe weather outbreak. But I don't know about Monday and Tuesday. I think something crazy is going to happen. Let me get you guys updated on these mesoscale discussions, and these tornado watches should be limited pretty soon and cut off. Pretty much this half of it anyways. Let me get you updated on these mesoscale discussions, and I'm also going to take a look at the severe weather outlook. Okay, let's see what they got. Yeah, they've got 4. So really, the tornado thing, I'll put them up, but I mean, I don't even think it's really worth it, but I'll do it anyways. I think you just, I'll put them up, but this risk of tornadoes and this whole thing here has been quite a bust of a forecast. Alright, I got all those. We'll also take a look at the actual thing. But let me replace these. So yeah, here's all the mesoscale discussions. I just reset them all. First one. Let me make this bigger. The first one is for 55 miles per hour, 55 to 70 mile per hour wind gust, and 1 to 1 3/4 inch sized hail. There's also potential for EF2 to EF3 tornadoes, or EF4 even. Um, 1.5 inch sized hail to 2.5 inch sized hail. And the potential for 55 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and that remains for this one as well. And then there's one last one, this for 1.5 inch sized hail to 2.5 inch sized hail. Unless if it's 2 1/4, which I don't think it is. 55 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and EF1 tornado or greater. But I'd say this moderate risk has been a highly bust of a forecast. Multiple reasons why. We'll see if they've updated it. They have not done much of an update. They remain high confidence for. The only thing they've really done is made things a little bit smaller. They have really done pretty much nothing with it. There's still a 10% intensity 2, Sig 2 intensity hatched risk, but this has been one hell of a bust of a forecast. I have not seen anything this, and I think it's primary to do to just I don't really know what to say. Kind of just a bust of a forecast. We are in the moderate. It is a small moderate risk. I won't lie. But are we basically in that now? I'd say we are. It's near. I think we're almost in the moderate risk of severe weather. If not, we are in it. I think this severe weather outbreak is basically played out in the worst way possible. In that way, I mean a good way. Just these few thunderstorms that need to be watched. This one has a hook on it and it has no tornado possible label on it, which is interesting. Um, let's see here. Down near Amity, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and lime-sized hail. Seek shelter immediately if you're not stormed. That's a pretty large hail. That hail core looks to me more like, yeah, that's pretty fair actually. They went a little bit overboard with that, but that's all good. This flooding risk is still a problem, obviously. I don't know. Just been a huge bust of the forecast, I think. If I actually put on the moderate risk of severe weather, you'll see what I mean. Alright, so we're in the moderate risk right now, and this thing is just not played out. So we've got maybe another, I have no idea how much longer we have. Let me, depending on how fast these storms are moving, maybe another 2 hours. But this has been extended. This tornado warning has been extended for portions of Runaway Bay. This is in Texas, obviously. This is also one for tennis ball sized hail. And rotation. There's multiple areas of rotation, I will say. Near Runaway Bay, one just southwest of Bridgeport, and one near Paradise. So it has kind of have 3 little areas of concern, which none of which look to be significant at this time. But just to put in perspective, let me just put on the ARRR model real quick. So the higher values are in that moderate risk. And I think it's pretty close, but we are almost done with this. Things got delayed a little bit, which means things should become primarily a damaging wind concern for there. But I'd say another I'm not even sure if it's actually worth being live. I think this one's trying to do something again. I'm going to keep the moderate risk of severe weather up. Just the overall severe weather risk. Yeah, it looks like they may rewarn this for rewarn this for tornado warning. We'll see. They may. Severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued. Oh wow, that's pretty impressive. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and tennis ball-sized hail with this cluster of thunderstorms. There's still some embedded areas of rotation, so do be aware. Yeah, we got some development happening right near Runaway Bay, just to the south and east. We'll see if this can come together, potentially issue a tornado warning. Nothing on the correlation coefficient. I don't think we have had one single tornado report other than one other one I think we had. I think we've only gotten about one tornado report. I didn't realize there was actually severe thunderstorm warnings up here. Let's take a look at these real fast. Both of them are for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Looks. I already talked about this one. Little bow echoing segment. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning just issued for portions of, where is this? St. Paul. I'd say this is in almost Texas. No, this is not even close. Arkansas for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Seek shelter immediately if you're in that storm. And I think there may be a little bit of some sort of rotation trying to happen here. I'm not fully sure yet, but it's a possibility. I also see something over here, but it's just radar contamination. Well, we're in the moderate risk right now, so if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right now. But really, probably not. Yeah. See. All right. I'm gonna say it's safe to say I think this tornado outbreak is going to be a bust. All this rain down here is just gonna oh, just yeah, this is done pretty much, which has been quite interesting actually because it was supposed to be quite an extensive outbreak. So yeah, one tornado warning again over in Runaway Bay. This has a little bit of rotation with it, not crazy, but just a little bit. There are some outflow winds that are probably pretty strong out of this storm, and then you've got just a few areas of rotation, just a couple. So be aware of that. And then just any of these severe thunderstorm warnings that you're in, seek shelter immediately. But really, what we should expect over the next couple of hours is for this line of thunderstorms. Let me put on. Let me get rid of this moderate risk. This moderate risk is not going to play out. I'm telling you right now. It's just not going to play out. And I'll prove to you why. Or I don't know how I can exactly prove it, but if we put on. Alright, so here's our cluster of thunderstorms here. We should essentially see these move through later tonight. I'm going to stop streaming altogether because this has just been one bust of a forecast. We were expected to have a tornado outbreak, and I named it a potentially intense tornado outbreak in a small corridor. And it just did not play out at all. So looking beyond that, tomorrow could be another big day of severe weather. We'll see how it turns out. When is this? Not sure when this is going to start, but I will be, yeah. Let's see here. I'll see what the weather models. The 18Z's come out. The 18Z for the let's just see how the RFSA models. Let's see here. Okay. So tomorrow's outbreak is going to be across portions of the central U.S. So it's going to start tomorrow, and it looks to be, again, another nighttime threat. And it looks to be, to me, Monday could be a very bad day. Monday into Tuesday could be the potential for a potentially tornado outbreak and damaging wind outbreak for portions of stretching from the Great Lakes region all the way through portions of Missouri. Could be very bad. Tomorrow's threat looks like it's going to start a little bit earlier. I'm not exactly sure when, but let's see here. I'll take a look at, here we go. Oh, there we go. So we're basically, this threat of severe weather is just really not played out like it was supposed to, so that is that for you. Which is quite surprising, given the circumstances. Alright. So, tomorrow's severe weather outbreak is going to probably, yeah, it's going to happen a little bit earlier, not crazy early, but just a little bit, between the hours of 4 and really get going, or I don't know if I can go live for that long. I'll have to take a break in between, but did they issue it for that region? They issued it for Oklahoma again. That's interesting. Not really sure why they issued it. If I'm being honest, I'm trying to figure out why they issued it right there. Why? This is for tomorrow, so that's why I'm confused. But if things are correct, storms should start developing around 3 p.m. I'm going to make sure that's correct. Around I think they're going to I think they're going to cut back the enhanced risk of severe weather tomorrow and the tornado risk back. I don't know why they have it there. I'm highly confused. Like, very confused. Unless if this is an extension into the severe weather outbreak for tonight. Because I am, like, really confused. But it looks like we're going to have redevelopment tomorrow at around no, there's not really any development that happens. I think they meant for the rest of tonight. So yeah, there's going to be hold on. I'm so confused. What the hell? Let me see what they're talking about. Okay, so uh there's only one tornado warning, and I'm pretty sure it's basically done for. This severe weather risk is just not played out at all, and we're in the moderate risk right now. But I'm telling you right now, all this rain here is just gonna stabilize the atmosphere, and so is this. So really, this severe weather outbreak is cooked. This severe weather outbreak is done. So yeah, not much to worry about other than potentially some damaging winds. There could be some isolated large hail, but I really think this all this convection that's happened, all this rain is going to eat away at that. Um, and at the same time, I pretty much think that we're dealing with mostly a damaging wind risk with an isolated couple of tornadoes. But other than that, don't expect to be much. I expect most of the reports to be in here. But again, we're going to see some reemergement up here. A new special weather statement just got issued for this little storm up here for, let's see here, 40-mile per wind gust and penny-sized hail. Just a little, maybe glitched, I don't know. Anyways, trying to figure, why is there one? Oh yeah, that's right, that's the one that was bow echoing. Okay, that's today's outlook. Tomorrow's outlook is what I'm confused at. So if you look at the day 2 outlook, right? And then you look at the models, which is really starting to confuse me. And you look at the OZ model. They're saying this is the best corridor for tornadoes. There's a 10% hatched Sig 1 hatched region. Let's see how that plays out. Well, actually, it technically could, I guess. But what I don't get is the tornado risk. I mean, sure, I guess it does make a sense, but it starts early at like 10 a.m. So unfortunately, I will not be likely live for half of this because I have things to do. However, I will likely be live for the second half of it. But I guess I see what they're talking about now. It was hard to tell. But yeah. And then obviously we're gonna have some major problems coming through. Why? Oh, I see. The squall line comes through. That will likely be warned for. That's likely to be a damaging wind risk. So you have the line come through, kind of goes through, and then on Monday into Tuesday, that line kind of reemerges and reforms. I wonder if they've actually. So yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually downgrade this threat, because honestly, the storms don't look that impressive. But maybe I don't know. Anyways, I am pretty tired. I won't lie. Again, there's only one tornado warning. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to change it back. Okay. Okay. Large hail core though. Look at this stringy hail core near Paradise. Yeah. Okay. We're starting to get some what you call convergence happening here now. We're starting to see the rotation starting to ramp back up again. We should see something happen here. This is going to get rewarned probably, and the outflow. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a tornado on the ground? Hold on. Wait just a second. I think we have a tornado on the ground. And unless if it is that even part of the. It's hard to tell. I don't know if they can see anything in there. I think it might be all rain wrapped. Hold on a minute. You see this, right? Look on the correlation coefficient. Ow, ow, ow. It's like slightly there, but I don't think I can't tell. Okay, let me. Okay, it kind of just popped up there. I don't think that's a tornado. I think it's the radar playing tricks again today. Anyways, yeah. We'll see if they've actually. We should be able to access maybe potentially the day 3 outlook. It's a large, just large 45% Sig 1 intensity hatched region. But other than that, really, I would say this was pretty much a bust of a forecast. If it was me, I was expecting today to be a lot worse. That's why you don't trust other weather models. Uh, Actually, wow, yeah. What's funny is the HRRR model picked up on the emergence of all the light rain that eats away at the storms. That's funny. Well, so yeah, that's gonna be the end of this live stream. So yeah, expect just normalize this area. There's, I mean, I guess I can see why they have the threat of a tornado here. Just expect some widespread damaging winds here and there. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. I do expect them to get widely expanded as it works through the area. But these severe thunderstorm warnings should quite literally end this. Not sorry. The severe thunderstorm warnings might get a little bit more feisty. Like they might amp up the severe threat a little bit more since it turns into a squall line later on. So yeah, and then expect there's the potential for some larger hail in some of these thunderstorms, and also the potential for an isolated tornado or a couple of isolated tornadoes. I genuinely don't think the tornado threat it's very low right now in the primary, and it's the models are not picking up on the rainfall, so they're just gonna say that it's that there's a high tornado threat. The answer is no. There's not a high tornado threat now. It's quite low actually. There's only one tornado warning, and if you're in this warning, seek shelter immediately, whether it's the lowest part of your home or building. The only news we have about this one is the severe thunderstorm warning is warned for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts in baseball-sized hail. So that is some pretty intense hail. The storm is trying to wrap itself back up together. I don't think it's going to be able to do so unless if it can maintain and stay away from all this rain. There's just a ton of rain that could eat away at the storm. The outflow was kind of cut off too. So, rotation seems, I mean, there's again convergence trying to happen here, and the convergence is still trying to happen here. I think it's starting to work at it a little bit more, which means it may get warned again, like I said before. But, yeah, just seek shelter immediately if you're in this storm, and yeah. But this is a destructive storm, so stay. yeah. Hold on. This is in. I think this is actually in Oklahoma. I know it is in Texas. I was right. Okay. I think it's trying to evaporate, or I think it's trying to produce a tornado right now, or at least trying. It looks like it's going to, but I think it's not going to be successful. I could be wrong. I hope I am, but you never know. We'll see how it's doing. Okay, yep, they just warned it again. Looks like we still have a little bit of rotation with this storm. So yeah, they just extended the warning a little bit further, another 28 minutes. There's still just some broad areas of rotation, but there's the inside the storm is really the strongest, where wind gusts are exceeding potentially. I don't think 80 miles per hour is going to cut it, but 65 miles per hour potentially with this storm. Right inside the hook, actually. Which means, I mean, there's still nothing on the ground with it, but this could get confirmed. I don't know. But the outflow, I doubt the winds are this ugly out here. I mean, it's very possible, but the gustiest of the winds are going to be inside the actual wall cloud. But yeah. Wait, that looked better on that picture. Never mind. But yeah. Just a few severe thunderstorm warnings left. This one looks like it's trying to do something again. 60 mile per hour gusts, golf ball sized hail, and there is a potential for a tornado. Yeah, there's a bit of rotation there. And then this is just radar contamination. Okay. I'm not seeing much there, but that could get warned. But my thing is there's not much inflow for it. But yeah. Anyways, one last severe thunderstorm warning just got issued for portions of Weatherford. Oh my lord. This one is warned for 70 mile per hour wind gusts and baseball-sized hail. This part. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, I see what's happening. There's a bow echoing segment, if you can see it. Here's the bow echoing segment, and then you got actual rotation right here. But there's push from the thunderstorm. This is gonna probably be an intense push too. But this is gonna be near Weatherford, like I said before. What a coincidence. Okay, there's that. Yeah, it's starting to curl again. You see that? It's beginning a hook echo once again. Here we go. Right as I think that's either, it may be a hook or it's a huge push of wind. I can't tell which one it is. I don't think it's, I think the velocities are going to pick up on some sort of, yeah, there's going to pick up on some sort of, um, some rotation, but, look at that surge of wind. Like, oh my god. Look, the surge of wind with this, look at how it's pushing. Wow. Look at that surge of wind right here. I doubt it's 100 miles per hour, but at the same time, I wouldn't doubt it because that push of wind that strong, yeah, that does not surprise me. I don't think it's necessarily 90 miles per hour. I think that's pretty false, and I think it's pretty obvious that's false. But I would not be shocked to see, wind gusts exceeding potentially 70 miles per hour. I don't think it's approaching 90 miles per hour, but at the same time, I could be wrong. But yeah, that's pretty impressive, I will say. That's an impressive push. That's crazy. I'm gonna record this actually. That's pretty crazy actually. Quite the push. Right before we end the stream, I just gotta do something real fast.